Hi, welcome to MediatorPodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I provide online valuation, divorce, and mediation services in St. Louis, Missouri. In this week's episode, we will discuss the benefits of divorce mediation, co-parenting, child support, and future expenses with Erika Englund. She's a family law attorney in California, a trained divorce mediator, and founder of Divorceably. Currently, she's also the CSO of Support Pay. You talk a little bit to people about how to get ready. And I think that when people are getting ready to get divorced, they're like collecting documents. They're like, getting their ducks in order. But how does somebody emotionally get ready to be divorced in this process?
Ooh, that is such a big question. And I think even asking it is a wonderful start. The acknowledgement that it is an emotional process. And if we can take a moment to prepare ourselves, the whole process will go better. I see divorce as a lawsuit. Even though we don't think of it as a lawsuit, fundamentally, that is what it is. But it is also the most important lawsuit of one's life because it involves your children, your finances, your future. And so it's emotional, straining, and stressful for people. I think there are 5 people everyone should consider getting on their team. Obviously, an attorney, because divorce is a lawsuit. Sometimes you have an attorney represent you all the way through, and sometimes you need an hour or 2 hours consultation with one. But if you were getting sued in any other capacity, your thought would be, oh, I need an attorney there. Mm-hmm. And it should be the same with family law. And Google's actually not an attorney. So contrary to popular belief, like an attorney. But a mediator is different because they are going to be a neutral, not representing either party, but there to assist both of the parties in reaching an agreement on their own terms. So they're going to be the collaborator where the attorney is the advocate. Third, and really I think people should start here, is a divorce coach. Like a coach in any other capacity, the divorce coach is there to give you the skills that you need right now to manage what is happening out there on the field. Mm. Number 4 is the therapist, and they are great and important, but it's very hard for people to have the emotional and financial bandwidth to bring in a therapist and start really addressing those deep issues when their life is in chaos. Mm. So number 3, the divorce coach can just help you when you got tagged in and you're in the middle of the game and you realize you have no idea how to prepare an offense or a defense. So I love when people start there and do a couple sessions to calm the overwhelm, get themselves in order a little bit, and decide what their needs are. And then finally, the Certified Divorce Financial Analyst, the CDFA, is my divorce secret weapon. Every single divorce has a financial component. Literally, every single divorce. You must discuss the division of your assets and debts, and you must discuss whether or not there is support. So because there's this huge financial component, and lawyers tend to not be super math people, no offense lawyers, but we're not the CPA, we're not the financial planner. Bringing somebody in to help us understand not just the financial issues, but to unpack the emotions that we attach to the financial issues is a role that the CPA does beautifully and affordably. So in preparing someone for divorce, what would I say to get ready? I would say start with a divorce coach because you're in it. And then think that you're going to need 4 other people on your team at some point. And that's the attorney, the mediator, the therapist, and the CDFA. It's just about when you pull people in. And if you just can't even get started and find a coach, find a book that you love. Gabriel Hartley's Better Apart is my favorite book on getting through the process that's written to actual human beings. And if you can't find a book, find a friend or a family member that's gone through a good divorce to be a divorce role model to guide you and assist you.
Well, and I think because we'll kind of go into some of the financial stuff, but I think the emotional stuff is a big thing because in divorce, whether you're in litigation or mediation or collaborative divorce, everybody kind of wants to say, you know what? Put your emotions aside. Like you need to focus on what's important. You need to just focus on, be serious. Like don't bring up all of those things. But the reality is there is I don't really think that that's reasonable. I don't think that it's even fair because a lot of times when we're going through a divorce, this is the first time. Like, I don't know what I don't know. And I don't know how emotional I'm going to be when we start talking about these big things like our children, like our money, our personal stuff that normally we keep very private. And now all of these people are kind of looking in here. And I think that the more you're able to personally kind of work through some of those things, because if there is infidelity or something like that, that's like you kind of need to work through it a little bit yourself so that you're not you're not looking at a good situation and you're clouded by, what somebody did to the painting that your grandmother gave you, like, because it could be a good settlement offer or it could be a good situation, but you're like, but they want the dog and I don't want them to have the dog, and those types of things. So I think there's emotional issues that are unfounded just because I'm mad and I want to get even.
Yeah.
And then really emotional stuff that needs to be unpacked during this process and that can come out in mediation.